the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz Sunday edition, special edition. Here on a Sunday, we are glad that you have joined us wherever and whenever it is that you join us each and every day here on the Auburn Blitz. And making Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake, even on a Sunday morning. A lot of you getting out of church, a lot of phones going off, all kind of stuff going on. Wow, Faith, good to see you on a Sunday morning. I just saw you, 6-7 hours ago? And then now here we're back. Again, it's lots of news to break. Obviously, we're going to start with Alex Golesh, the new head football coach at Auburn. We'll go through the whole deal, the tomorrow press conference, the meet and greet, the Tiger Walk stuff and all that. But you and I on the post-game reaction show last night said, get ready. We didn't think we'd have a lot of sleep, and there would be a lot of announcements, and there's been a lot of announcements.
Yeah. I think this thing in the last 48 hours has taken a turn that none of us thought it was going to go in. I think everyone in the college football world right now is very confused and concerned for other programs other than Auburn. I think Auburn kind of came out of this really clean. I think this is the first time that you can say, wow, Auburn, number one, is not too late to something. And number two, maybe made the right decision in the final part of everything. You know, I think at the first part when everyone thought Summerall was coming, that, hey, things were really going to work out for Auburn. And then last minute, everything went right upside down. And then now I think things have turned itself back around. So I'm going to start out with saying, good job, John Cohen.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. Walking out of the press conference last night, going to do the show, you and I thought, well, here it is again, a big pile of poo. Not gonna come out of this thing. Summerall was the guy. Now he's going to Florida. Here's the crazy thing, and we're going to get into all of this today, of how you can go from an Ole Miss program that just made the playoffs. You've been striving. It's the best season in Ole Miss history. I mean, outside of way back in recent memory. Okay, let's not go all the way back through. But Lane Kiffin leaving in the 11th hour, poaching the team, taking everybody, saying something, if you're not on the plane to Baton Rouge, you ain't going with me. And now all these other guys that Ole Miss thought, well, if he leaves, we're going to be able to go get one of them. Well, they've all accepted jobs now. And so are they promoting what I sent to you? I mean, you talk about somebody left for dead, and they were on top of the mountaintop and still are right now because they'll be going to the playoffs. And then you go back and you look and say, man, this is typical Lane Kiffin. This is so – and Lane Kiffin, the reason I'm talking about this right now, I know this is Auburn and we're going to get to Golesh, but Lane Kiffin has stirred all of this. He had the keys to this entire thing. All of these coaching decisions have been pending on what he's going to do. And he drug Ole Miss from last Friday through this week saying, oh, well, we're going – and you and I said it. You and I said, well, if he was staying at Ole Miss, he would have just come – they would have just come out and said, look, we've talked, we met, we're extending his contract, all's good. When they said they were going to wait till next Friday or Saturday to make an announcement, we all knew what was cooking. And by the way, kudos to me and you for saying, because you went on and wagered a bet, saying, I told you in the car ride when we were going south a couple of weeks ago, I said, he gone. I sent that text to you, and then we got together, and I said, he's gone. Like, this guy is not staying at Ole Miss. And then in 21, everybody's pulling out old tweets saying, hey, stay where your feet are, blah, blah, blah. The grass ain't always greener, but the money is, I guess. for Lane after he said a few weeks ago, if I leave Ole Miss, it won't be for money. Okay. So that being said, now that stirs all this. There are 3 hires, Summerall to Florida, and they're up in arms. The fans down there are just beside themselves. They don't want him. They think it's Billy Napier 2.0. In fairness to John Summerall, he needs to be given time to do his own thing. But you said it best coming on air. When I look at this list of guys that were in the mix from day one, DJ Durkin, Kenny Dillingham, John Summerall, who we thought was the leader the whole time, and I think he was. And then Alex Golesh at South Florida, he was a name that just kept going. Randy, I'm telling you, it was. I told everybody. You told everybody, Faith. We said it. Lane Kiffin was going to leave. Nobody believed us.
I said it because I knew.
Why wouldn't you stay at Ole Miss? Why wouldn't you just stay at Ole Miss? Because they offered him $90 damn million, and he is a what they're calling him. He's up for the next best thing, and look, rightfully so. Now all of a sudden, Ole Miss fans have just turned. But of that, to answer your question, Faith, this is the best option of all the names that were on this list. The way everything kind of went down.
Yeah, I think with everything, here's the thing. When you have all these circulating people going round and round, and Lane Kiffin was the one person that has actually been in this for a really long time and has, proven himself, and out of everything going on at this given moment, I think Auburn is the one that is coming out the cleanest with the fans, the potential new coaching staff, and the people on the staff that Auburn would like to keep. I mean, I really do see it being the best thing, the best outcome for Auburn out of all of this. I mean, the thing is, with everyone all up in arms over at Florida, and people are upset.
They're protesting in Arkansas.
Then you've got that in Arkansas right now. I mean, this is the best outcome that you could have had. I think this is definitely, and again, everyone has been saying this throughout this whole thing, that there really aren't that many great hires out there right now in this time in college.
This was not a good cycle. This wasn't a good cycle.
Right. And so, again, that's where you have to sit there and say, okay, Auburn did the best it could and the best out of everything going on right now.
Totally agree. I totally agree. I think you look at, and we knew this, and we had somebody tell us several weeks ago that Golesh flew into Birmingham, remember? And they saw him in the airport, and he got out and got in a car and left and went off, and it was kind of by surprise. It was kind of like, he kind of landed in another place, and we had that info, and I think we may have told that on air. I can't remember. And everybody said, watch out for him. He was a guy, and then the name just kind of died down because all the fire was on Summerall. And all of us felt that way. Everything that we got from everybody of any credibility said, well, this Summerall thing's a done deal. And then when Florida somehow figured out that it wasn't going to be them with Lane Kiffin, they ran to Summerall, and we were told last night it was one main booster down there that said, if y'all don't hire John Summerall, I'm pulling – does that sound familiar? I'm pulling everything out of the program, and everybody's like, you know what? Hey, we're going to go do this. We feel like he's the next guy. And now these Florida fans are like, we just hired a similar guy in Billy Napier and fired him. Are we doing this again? And that's where they are. So
I think everyone asking right now about the roster retention and how to keep guys from hitting the portal, keeping a lot of these really good guys that, we thought were going to make this roster complete and have a really good season, even though we didn't. I think how you do that is I think you keep DJ Durkin as the DC. What?
I was just laughing.
I think you keep him as the defensive coordinator. I really do think all these guys really like him. And I do think he's really good. But as a head coach, I think we've seen enough of how the defense drastically fell off the face of the earth and are not nearly as good as they were when he was giving them his full attention. So I think that's where you see. And then now I think you actually might be able to get a quarterback that can go out there and make plays to your receivers that you have, develop a quarterback. And also, thank God that he's a tight ends offense or a tight ends coach at the other schools he was at, because dear God, how many times do we have to say it that we need a tight ends coach that actually knows what they're doing? So if he has any say in that,
Let's
I know
throw another pass in a crucial
get
moment.
the hell out of town.
Let's throw another pass in a crucial moment to Preston Howard.
Preston Howard is literally going to get kicked to the curb. His scholarship is going to be ripped up, put in the bottom of the garbage can with Ben and Brandon Frazier. See ya. You're out of Auburn. Because
tell me how you feel.
Gosh, I said, my prayers have been answered. That he knows something about tight ends. Thank God. Thank God.
You said that immediately to me. You went, I can't believe it. We actually got a guy that knows how to coach a tight end. You look at this and you go, I mean, Malcolm talked to us last night off the show. He FaceTimed us. I don't think he'll mind us saying this. And you and I said it. We didn't make him say it, and he was PC about it. But the fact he got 5 targets and you're throwing the ball to Preston Howard in key moments again. And let me say this, and I don't want to jump on because I like DJ Durkin. You do too. We do. But if we'd have gotten up this morning and announced that, regardless, he could have moved on and been the next greatest thing ever. But that would have been the biggest nothing burger. Meh.
I just don't think it would have done anything.
It wouldn't have decided. It would have said, okay, everything fell through. Let's just promote this guy unfairly or fairly to DJ Durkin. Okay. That's that's the message it would have sent. Auburn struck out on everything else. Rage bait over here. It struck out on everybody else. So we just promoted DJ Durkin because that was all we had left. I'm not saying that's fair to him, but I am saying that that's what the fan base would have said. And that's what it would have felt like. And especially after you just went 1-2 in 3 games, we talked about that and having an audition. And I said it from day one. If you're hiring DJ Durkin, don't base everything on 3 games, whether he wins them all, whether he loses them all, or 2-1 or 1-2, all the different combinations. You got to know that he's the guy to lead you forward. Guess what he did, Faith? He lost close games just like Hugh Freeze did. And so it's not a cut. He's an interim. It's not all him. But I'm just saying it was the same damn results. I'm tired of the same damn results. I'm glad they're going out and getting a guy that seems to have a little bit of fire about him. Now, he may fall on his face too. Ain't nothing guaranteed in this life but death and taxes. And Auburn can run the football. That's what Damari Austin said to us at Baylor. But here's the deal. I just think you go get a guy now finally – that kind of seems like he knows. He went to South Florida. Let's put this in perspective. He went to South Florida, Faith, and inherited a program that had won 4 games in 3 years. If you want to find something that's been worse than Auburn, it was South Florida. 7-6 first year, 7-6, and then won 9 games this year. 9-3. Hell, when was the last time we won 9 games? When was the last time we won 7? So anybody on here bitching about, oh, well, this is Alex Golesh. What have we done? So let's not go down that path. The man went to a place and has a pretty good background of where he's coached, Ohio State, Tennessee, places like that. He's been part of big programs.
Well, that's what I was going to say is everybody talking about, how him being in the AAC, how he's not successful enough for coming into the SEC. I mean, look at what he did at Tennessee. I mean, he was able to actually do some really good things while he was there. I think he's going to be able to, with the right coaching staff, which I know we say this about everybody, but with the right coaching staff, I think he's going to be able to get this Auburn team to success. And hopefully a winning season, because now we're on 5 years of a losing record.
5 years. Like, we have not seen this in our lifetime, mine and yours. I know I'm older than you. You tell me all the time. But in my lifetime and your lifetime, we have not seen 5 years. And somehow we went and figured out a way to have a losing season where you built a roster that you and I talked about till we were just slapped blue in the face about all these prospects and all. We fed that line of crap to everybody that watches this show, and then it makes us look stupid because it was like NFL scouts and everything like that. And then the schedule was very favorable for Auburn. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you find a way to have a losing record. It's just amazing to me how you can somehow upstage the crappiness that you've had. Like, nobody thought Auburn would have a losing record this year. We felt like, okay, Freeze, the first 2 years, yes. Now he's built a good roster. The schedule's favorable, and it was the same old crap. And you started 3-0, Faith. Auburn started 3-0.
If you would have told us at the beginning of the season before the season started, how we were saying, okay, Auburn starts 3-0. If they go 3-3, it's going to be a long season. And that's exactly what did happen. I wouldn't have thought it ended the way that it would have immediately. I didn't think that this whole Hugh Freeze debacle would have
calm down a little bit, Squint. Just calm yourself down a little bit. Okay, keep going.
I would not have thought that it would have ended the way it did for Hugh Freeze, but also just the way that the team ended in a disappointment for themselves. Because again, when you saw what they were able to do right after Freeze was fired, and I know that we've said this so many times, but try having at least some positive light of what DJ Durkin did do for Auburn after Hugh Freeze was gone and how quickly it turned itself around. Maybe this guy is actually going to be able to get something going for Auburn with, again, the right coaching staff. Right. I think if you keep DJ Durkin, you keep a lot of these guys
that he's had a direct influence on.
Yes.
Hey, quarterback development, Faith. What about that? Like you just said, quarterback development. Guys he's had history with. Brock Purdy, Hendon Hooker, Joe Milton.
If you keep – and Deuce Knight seems to really like DJ Durkin. He's been known to say that. I'm not saying that that's going to have a direct impact on Deuce staying. But if you look at that and you say, hey, I really like DJ Durkin. I think he's been really great, whatever. Okay, this guy is coming in. He's developed some really good quarterbacks. Maybe he's going to be able to do the same thing with me. I'm still young. I'll be going into my sophomore year. Maybe I can start learning from him. And if the receivers and those kind of guys, would they get some guys out of the portal? Maybe I'll be able to actually utilize my talents and my receivers, or maybe some new tight ends and their talents to create success.
Right. Here's the crazy thing. And we talked John Summerall, and I see people talking about that, and I've just got a few texts saying, here's the deal. The guy would have been welcomed with open arms at Auburn. And now he's chosen a place where the fans are already hit. Guy ain't even showed up yet, and they're irate. Like, you got to kind of gauge the temperature where you're going to. And, man, it may work out for him, and good for him if it does. Auburn was ready to welcome somebody that, has a little bit. I told you this weeks ago. Auburn needs a personality change at head coach. We've had these docile, reserved. This guy's fiery. Hey, most redheads are, man. They got that in them. They got an edge about them. And, one of the things is that we need somebody that shows a little bit of spunk on the sideline and will get in your face and show some stuff. We have been way too blah for too long.
And I think DJ was able to bring some of that energy and excitement out some of these guys. But again, when he's been the defensive coordinator for so long and been able to grow that side of the ball, and he's now stretching himself so thin that we were really able to see it, that would bring on both sides of the ball a very energetic, different edge, different kind of energy to both sides, I think.
Great. I mean, DSR said, when will the press conference be? It'll be tomorrow at noon. We will be there for that. We'll go down the list. Auburn released the itinerary for tomorrow. The little Tiger Walk, fans come down. Is that at like 10 o'clock? I'll pull it up in a minute.
Yeah.
Talk about it. You can pull it up. Then the press conference at noon. We'll be there for that. And it will be broadcast live on War Eagle Plus. We won't be able to do it, but we'll have it and we'll push it out too. Then you and I will do a post-press conference take on whatever he talks about. G said right on. Need some fire and leadership. Randy, yeah, I mean, I expected Deuce to play some last night. I'm shocked he didn't. But look, I thought Ashton was fine. I mean, I thought the first quarter was terrible all the way around. You know, you lost the game in the first quarter. Now, Auburn fought back and tied it, and I know all that crap. But, you know, if you play 3 quarters against anybody worth a darn, you probably ain't going to win. And so Auburn just kind of, for whatever reason, got off to a horrific start, had the ball for 2.5 minutes in the first quarter. It was just terrible all the way around. I don't even want to go back down that path because we're talking about Alex Golesh this morning. So, but you got the itinerary for tomorrow?
Yeah, so they're going to be they're going to be at the Plains at 11 is when everyone can get there, at Tiger Walk Plaza. And then they'll make their first Tiger Walk down Donahue Drive at 11:45, followed by a pep rally. And then we have the press conference at 12. And so we'll be there when we can for that. So
yes, sir.
It's going to be, and if you guys can't make it, you can go on War Eagle Plus, and you can register for only $6 for your first month of the membership using Golesh.
Or guess what? You can just wait a few minutes and we'll post it as soon as we walk out.
Well, this is for the Tiger Walk. Like the
yeah. I'm talking about the press conference, though.
Yeah, for the press conference, but because that'll be the Tiger Walk part will be during the press conference.
Yep, there you go. So there it is. That's. And by the way, we got RSVP for that. That's a little business note between me and you. I know you handle all that.
I was already.
You've already done it?
Well, that's why I texted you earlier.
Oh, okay. You'd already done it. I should have known. I mean, I tell you all the time, I can't get anything over on you. I know. I read that 2 days ago. I'm like, got you. Face really the source. There's nobody else inside. So, Conservative Cowboy said, Brett, do you think Cody Burns comes with Golesh? A good chance of it. He's co-offensive coordinator. And he's an Auburn guy. Auburn always has Auburn guys on staff. And, I was going to pose that to everybody, your thoughts on that. You want coaches to bring guys that they feel comfortable with. Obviously, Cody Burns knows the layout of the land in Auburn. So, 9 makes bigger plays on broken QB. Look, I'm with you. I mean, I would have loved to have seen him in there in some key situations. You and I said this, Faith, in that drive. How bad did we want to turn the ball over and finally did in that one drive? Did we fumble 3 times and then finally throw a pick? It was like we were begging to turn the ball over on that drive. It's like, how many times can you dodge a bullet? And finally, Ashton Daniels did throw one, and it hit Mapsum in the chest and bounced up 400 feet in the air. And guy picks it off. But anyway, it's just one of those situations where, I think Deuce could have made some plays, but we didn't get to see him. And, maybe now with December the 3rd lurking with this recruiting class, the first priority for Alex Golesh is to retain this roster and to go out and see what they can finish up with. So
with all of this, I think that
turn my phone off. Hold on one second. I'm just
last night being a perfect example to me of who wants it more. And I think this Auburn team is a better team than Alabama, but it looks like Alabama wanted it more. And I think it looked to me like certain Auburn players did not have anything left in them.
I agree. User will appreciate it. We do. We go the extra mile. We don't sleep much. Now, when Faith goes to sleep, it's like a coma now. But we're going again. We appreciate all of you. Let me stop and say that. And I know somebody just said they appreciate what we do and how much we've grown. They saw the billboard. Hey, man, Faith, I know you and I, we get up and grind this thing every single day, 12, 14 hours. And, that's our goal. We want this to be the source for all your Auburn info. And we may not know every single thing. We're going to pass along what we do know. And so we do spend the time for sure. It's 7 days a week. I don't care what people say. It's 7 days a week that we do this, but we love it. We love it. So that's what we're here for. So you have permission to go to the woods and kill a big buck now that the hire has been made. Wayne said, it looks to me like we had just forgotten how to win. That's something that we talked about too. The culture permeated this team. You got a lot of great players that came from great high school programs that have won a lot. So, that is one of the things that, man, all of a sudden you get into this program and, Keldrick Falk's never known anything but winning. Malcolm Simmons never knew anything but winning. Cam Coleman never knew anything but winning. And all of a sudden it's like now you don't know how to win anything. And so, I don't know. April, I don't know the full details of the NIL package. I know some information on his package. I don't know what they're offering him NIL. I'm sure it's very competitive. I know some of our normal ones over here are going to be negative and go, no, it's not. We can't compete. Auburn's down at the bottom. I mean, okay, whatever. But in this day and age, you need to get on the bus or get off. We all hate all this stuff. We hate all this crap, but it's the world you live in. And you and I had a conversation about money yesterday. It's ruined society. We're all about everybody going out and making their way. Look, we love money too. We love to make money. We don't do stuff for shits and giggles. Excuse my French. But, hey, it's just part of it. It has absolutely made, players, when you don't make a big player, you make a mistake, get ready to get criticized.
Look at this $3 million disaster that is the money of the world. When he seriously went and said, oh, if I leave, it's not for the money.
I mean, give me a freaking
Look at
break.
the disaster he's in.
We're going to go into that in a little bit, so y'all feel free to jump. Wayne, it is contagious, both sides, winning and losing. And Auburn, that's what we've talked about 8 times, Faith. I went back and looked at 8 games over the last 2 years, 1 possession games. Auburn lost every one of them. Every one of them. And, how many times have I told you coming down from the press box or wherever, and I said, look, Auburn's going to drive down and win the game right here. Okay, Oklahoma, I come down, we're up 7. Or not up 7, up 1, I think, with 7 minutes to go. lost. Texas A&M had the ball twice in the last 4 minutes, down 16-10. Faith, they're coming right toward us, going to win. Can't even get a first down. Georgia should have had the game in control. Some crap happens. You fumble the freaking ball. It's a debate. Hey, the referee ends up losing his job over this mess. Kirby gets a fake timeout. But you know why all that crap comes into play? Because you didn't execute. You didn't freaking execute, man. Jackson Arnold, don't fumble the damn ball going across the goal line, and we're not talking about all this stuff. Auburn always comes back and, well, this call and this whatever. It's about execution. And last night was the same thing. Auburn had chances to execute plays and didn't do it. There were some crap calls in there, and there was some crap non-calls, some holding things. But if you just go do what you're supposed to do, this other mess don't come into play. Like you and I were talking about different plays, by the way. You and I were kind of arguing, walking back. And you were talking about a play, and I was talking about a different play, and I was like, I don't know if that's her. And then when we figured it out, the one play that Sylvester Smith made in the end zone was the ball you were talking about. They slapped down. But a few plays before that, across the middle, Ty Simpson threw it right to him. He jumped. It was a little high, but he got it, went right through his hands. That's a play that we were talking about. Can you make that play to swing momentum? And we just can't make the play. Just for what I know everybody tries hard. But you know what? I mean, that ain't what you're getting paid to do. And I know I'm saying that is the way it is. That's how it is. You get paid literally now to do this.
You know what I think too is
exactly, Randy. Exactly.
Yeah, back on the way of, all right, we had that targeting call last night against Auburn, and I feel like a couple of years ago, that would have been left to get people fired up and more amped up to go out there and prove and make things happen, especially when it is one of those targeting calls. But everything just brings this team down now. And even that roughing the passer, it's like it gets darker and darker and darker when Auburn's not getting the calls. I'm
just tired of the excuses. You are too.
Right.
Sick of it.
And in some cases, it should be instead of that dark cloud coming over you, it should be, all right, needs to be injected into our veins and go out there and prove that, hey, we don't need the refs to keep calling things, or like, just because the refs keep calling things against us, we're a better team and we're going to come out the other side instead of, oh, it's just the refs.
It was the Hugh Freeze mentality going into the locker room against Georgia. All he talked about was how you get screwed. You're still ahead. You're still at home. Have a mentality like, okay, we got screwed. Let's come out here and show everybody. No, that carried over, and even the players said it. The players even said, well, we didn't really recover from that.
Yep.
I mean, what the hell? What do you mean didn't recover? You were ahead. And, yeah, you should have been ahead more, but you still had the lead. Can you not come out on your home field? Which, by the way, let's not talk about the lore of Jordan-Hare anymore until somebody can come in and change it. Like, this thing is only haunted for Auburn now. It ain't haunted for nobody else. It ain't holding for the – and let me say this about Kalen DeBoer. Fourth down – he could kick a field goal and take the lead, right? This man said, the hell with that. Let's go for it on fourth down. I want you to envision this. Not that it would have happened this year. Maybe that's why he went for it. If he doesn't get that, turns the ball over, Auburn drives down, and Alex McPherson kicks a game-winning field goal to win the game 23-20, what are we talking about right now? What are Alabama fans like? That's the dumbest crap. We hate him, blah, blah, get him out of here. But the man, you know what? And man probably was like, you know what? I don't give a damn if they fire me or not. I'm rolling the dice. Well, either way, I win. If they fire me, I go somewhere else and get another job and I get the heck out of Tuscaloosa, or I win the game outright and I take Alabama to the playoffs. And I think he's probably like, hell, either way, I win.
I mean, if you look at Kalen DeBoer last night, when you and I were rewatching his interview at the end of the game,
he's like,
he looks defeated.
I mean, even after a win, he's like, man, what's happened? And it's like, again, Alabama, from the standpoint of making the plays, they made the plays. And Auburn didn't make the plays. And you and I said that so much about this team, about past Iron Bowls, 21 and 23 at Auburn. What was the difference? Coy Moore fumbles the dang punt, and then the 23 game, 4th and 31, you're going to rush 2 men. Like, you have got to score. There's no, like, if he runs past the line of scrimmage, the game's over. And you just let him sit back there like it's, hey, you know what? I got all day. Let me just throw the ball up in the air and see what happens. And we somehow let him catch it. So my point in saying all that is that Auburn, we said, if Auburn's going to win one of these games, they got to finally make a play. Can't do it, man. Cannot make the play. Driving down right there, ball at the 20, Cam Coleman fumbles. I hate it. You hated it. I'm numb to it. In the past, that would have lit me on fire. I was filming it right there beside you. And I'm like, oh, well, there it is. Ball game. It's like the team waits for that to happen. Like, things are going too well. When is disaster going to hit? And then it hits, and you're just like, well, there it was. We knew it was coming.
I used to think when I was watching the game at home with my dad back when I was younger and sitting there watching it with him, and you watch Auburn scramble at the end, and I always would say, all right, well, this isn't pretty, but they're going to find a way to win the game. Like, I want the game to be over, but they're going to find a way to win.
Why is everybody worried about a Russian? Like, why is it? It's like, man, the guy was born a Russian immigrant. Like, can we just, why is everybody, oh, Russian, is he going to fit it? I mean, good God. Just amazing to me, man. And it's not just one of you guys out here. I'm talking about multiple. And y'all are welcome to your opinion. Some of you got your underwear in a wad last night because I said you were, I don't care. It's your opinion. I'm not banning any of you. So it's just crazy. People acting like he's Putin. I get it. That's exactly, Lonnie. Well, what is the big hang up on that? Good Lord. All right. Let's talk about, we'll keep all this going. This circus of coaches. Arkansas is protesting right now. Florida fans they're like, did we really just go give the moon to John Summerall? He's been a coach for 4 years. Yeah, Tucker said plenty of vodka on the plane. There was already plenty of that to go around before. And then of course now Ole Miss, Faith, and that's you're about to have some fun for the next. Is Pete Golden going to be the new coach at Ole Miss now? Are they about to promote him? Alabama couldn't wait to run him out of town, and then he goes over to Ole Miss, and apparently he's going to stay and not go. And now they've drugged this thing out one more day. Lane Kiffin.
Now they've got that meeting at 2.
Yes.
So I don't know. He's supposed to have a team meeting at 2.
Lane Kiffin is.
Yeah, so he should be in Oxford still, but everyone's talking about the Plains.
All right, so a little update for everybody. Just word that we've gotten that Auburn, Alex Golesh and DJ Durkin have not met. Okay, so nothing has been determined on. Is he more than likely going to stay? I would feel like that, but they haven't met and discussed anything based on the inside stuff that you and I got. So that's all speculative right now. If you're hearing anybody say, well, it's done deal, he's staying, it's not. Now, he could be. I would lean more toward it would be. But, everybody, again, had all these theories on John Cohen and what was going down. And you and I don't even know. And what was dictated to these guys. And I had somebody had a question for us way back up the chain of where Golesh fell in the pecking order of coach. I don't know where he fell. I don't know exactly. John Cohen Well, he probably won't divulge that because he has no reason to now that you got your coach, but maybe through some private deal, he can tell somebody, well, Summerall was my first guy, Golesh was my second guy the whole time. Maybe it was that way. I don't know. Dillingham was in there, whatever. But you have got to give people autonomy. The reason Kirby Smart didn't take the job at Auburn and Gus Malzahn did, and Saban even said it, if you take that job, you need to have full autonomy. If not, because you're looking your wagon, this is your job. This is your program. You need to make the decisions. Well, we have gone through all the different ethnicities of all of our coaches. Chiswick, Eastern Europe, Saban's Croatian. We just
why I'm just confused why any of this matters.
It doesn't.
Okay, so
the Lane playing to LSU. Exactly. I mean, correct, Tubbs. 100%. We're all ancestors of something. Do you know where you're from, Faith? Ireland?
My mom is French.
France.
Yeah.
I'm Scottish.
I don't know what my dad is.
Since we're talking about ancestry on here today.
Sorry, I didn't know we were going to have ancestry.com right now on
maybe a sponsorship from ancestry.com.
No, because I don't want them to have my DNA. That freaks me out. So
yeah, it's a little weird, no doubt. Just go back and do the old-fashioned way and look up through the books and stuff.
Well, I know my grandfather has all of our little things of our family tree.
The lineage.
So don't worry. I can just go talk to my dad and do all that, and I'll look. So
Gates said, Brett and Faith, y'all know I like y'all's show, just having the same fun. Exactly. I mean,
this is exactly why I don't want them to have my DNA, because there absolutely does not need to be another.
Tom Brady had his dog cloned. Is that right?
All right. That I'm not opposed to. If I could have Lucy forever and ever.
Oh, it's only for certain things. Like now just when it fits.
Who on earth would want another Faith running around here? I can tell you right now, my parents would literally never want that to happen. You would never want that to happen. Reese would never want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. It would literally destroy me.
And they sure as hell don't want me. Yeah, exactly. Who in the world knows? All right, Ole Miss losing Kiffin in the 11th hour. Summerall to Florida. Pissed off fans in Florida. Arkansas has whiffed on Golesh. And it's just the drama, man. And like you said to start, and look, the man ain't coached a game at Auburn. We don't know what's going to happen. But for once, coming out of all this, it's not everybody goes, well, boy, Auburn looked like crap in that. That coaching search went south. Well, it did go south. It went to South Florida. And it chose Alex Golesh. Hey, and majority of you over here have liked the hire. There's been a few over there that don't like this because he's Russian or whatever.
Everything I've seen, everybody thinks out of this entire cycle, it's a great hire.
Hey, look, Barrett Sallee, take it for what you want. These guys said it was a great hire. I guess Lane can take his underbite to LSU. And look, kudos to the guy that faced him up. Like, he didn't back down. Lane wanted to come out there and say, oh, you want to call me a hoe? Why don't you come in here and call me one? The guy's like, well, dude. And then he asked him again. Ask him. He's like, look, I wasn't calling you a hoe. I was just saying, here it is. This. I was comparing you to that. He's like, oh, that's like the Mississippi State. They're coming in there stealing, the jersey. And like, bro, he would have done this to us 3 years ago. If we'd have hired him, look, the results definitely would have been different, I think. I think, obviously, we would have experienced a lot more success. But LSU was calling. LSU was coming anyway. And he would have left Auburn too, because that's who he is. And again, I'm not talking about X's and O's. I know he's a hell of a coach. But the dude is kind of He's kind of scum a little bit.
Yeah.
His past. He ain't a very morally sound guy. And y'all, whoever wants to argue, I don't care. I'm not arguing with you. That's my opinion. And you and I talked about that. We said it. Even if Auburn, he was the top dog in this coaching cycle. The top dog in this coaching cycle. And we all said it. If he doesn't strike while the iron's hot here, he is staying at Ole Miss, and this is probably where he's going to. But the pull was too great from either Florida or LSU. And LSU is in such disarray. They said, the hell with it. We're going to go out there. Got the governor involved, everybody. Tom, Dick, and Harry got involved down there. And they're like, we're going to offer the moon. They're having to pay $56 million for Brian Kelly to go prop his legs up on a beach somewhere. And now they're going to turn around and give Lane Kiffin all the for a change. Auburn's a mess, and we've been a mess. But for a change, there's other programs in this conference right now that are just in at least the same boat.
And if there's another program that we want to be a mess, it's anywhere that Lane Kiffin is going. I mean, that's a given for me. And I just think that with how disastrous all of this has been, Auburn's coming out the other side. Florida, they're in the garbage. And their fans are mad. Arkansas, they've got the protest going on at 3:00. So everybody up there, go ahead and go right there. If anyone's going to keep complaining about Auburn and about the whole Russian thing, I mean,
just give me a break.
Get a life. Go somewhere else. It's the best outcome for Auburn, and probably going to be the best hire that John Cohen is going to make.
We'll see.
At Auburn.
We'll see. It's got to play out, but we'll see. Time will tell. All right, some more comments coming in. Look, we appreciate all these comments.
All of mine are glitching right now, so I can't even see anything anymore.
Do what now?
The comments are all glitched on mine.
Are they really? Okay, Jim said, looks like Golesh went from 2.5 to 7.4. Evidently, we were willing to spend. Hey, went out and got a guy. And Jeff said, now where's Dion at? Pfft, boy, that has been a disaster over there. Like, he couldn't even win with Shador and Travis Hunter. Randy said, total scum, what he's doing, Ole Miss. He has really destroyed. Hey, look, and Ole Miss fans can get pissed off, and they can be happy all at the same time. It's
all they do is complain.
It's bipolar.
All they do is complain.
It's bipolar, though, because
Lane Kiffin's bipolar. That's why.
He got them to that point. Now he's leaving them high and dry, and now they're rapping about him. They've got a down.
This is exactly what shows that your program and your culture changes with your head coach. The same way that the Ole Miss people and fans are with Lane Kiffin and how the whole bipolar right there. And then how Auburn people, they just went with Hugh Freeze.
Right.
You've got to have a culture change with your head coach. And if that's how it's been with Ole Miss, and now this is how it's starting for his career at LSU, they can have fun with all that, with the governor.
Just be a mess, because they are a mess. Tubbs said gingers are a different breed, and his whole family are redheads. That clip's going around where he comes across, shakes the hand of the coach midfield, and just kind of does that, and walks off, and the coach falls after him. He's like that. Guy's fiery, man.
Ole Miss tried to make a housewife out of a hoe.
Why is this about to be such a good day for you?
Oh my gosh, because I'm about to have a free all-exclusive trip.
No windows.
My choice, doing whatever I want.
No windows busted.
Dear God. If they are, it's not going to be my part.
Like Justin said, redheads will light your ass up. And Justin knows, man. Justin can be fine. Justin's one of the nicest humans on planet Earth.
Is he a redhead?
Yeah, he's got a little redhead tinge to him.
Yes. Strawberry blonde.
Yes, I'll let you tell us, Justin. Describe you. So,
what does it say on your license?
Yeah, Is that what we're going with now? That's the official thing?
I don't know.
Um,
He needs to focus on keeping a lot of these guys. That's what I think. He doesn't just need to focus on keeping Deuce, but I do think Deuce has a lot of the same qualities that the quarterbacks he has developed that we went through earlier in the show.
I think Tubbs just nailed it, Faith. Not to cut you off. So we could have hired Lane for $13 million and still got 38 scored almost twice a year. He said he was no sure hire. And I said this, and somebody just went nuts on me, said I was an idiot, which I may be, but I said he does a lot of dumb things in big time games. And it's bit him in the rear end multiple times. Like he'll roll the dice and like he'll be on his own 20 and go, oh hell, I'm going for it because it's what I'm gonna do. And then he don't get it. And it's like he's playing PlayStation. And it's real life PlayStation. He's a great coach. I'm not saying anything, but he does make some dumb decisions in crucial moments, and it's cost him key games. Now, he has gotten Ole Miss to a level they've never been before in recent years. So, and especially comparable to what Auburn's been, we have no room to criticize at all. So, Justin said strawberry blonde. So, there you go. You were right. Lonnie said his license still says he's 180 pounds. Back when he was 18, he's going to continue to roll with that. Harsin beat Lane. He did. He did in Auburn. And I believe it was Hughes' first year when we played Ole Miss in Auburn and lost by a touchdown. Jarquez had a good night running.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a close game, and they were way better than us. I mean,
yeah.
And Gates, I mean, he was the lone top of the line guy in all this, and what has he won really? He's got them to the play. Is he going to? Here's the deal: is he going to coach this team in the playoffs?
Dude, I mean, the way that we just keep talking about how, like, Lane Kiffin at first he was the comedic, right? And then now he's the joke that is going around. Like,
we just got a text that said they're not a fan of giving their DNA away either. Yeah, I thought that was huge, G. Xavier Atkins confirmed he's returning. That's a beast right there, guys. Like, if you were talking – did we not say that a few weeks ago? If there was one guy that you had to point to keep on this roster, who am I aiming at? Offensively, it's Malcolm Simmons. Defensively, it's Xavier Atkins. If you had to pick two guys, one on either side of the ball, and Alex Golesh, please, and I may ask this tomorrow, Faith, I'm going to say, do you realize you have number 4 on this team? I know everybody talks about 8. Do you realize who number 4 is? I can introduce you to him. He is a playmaker. He is the best guy after the catch that we have on the team. But the only problem is I only throw it to him 1 or 2 times. Ken, who coached them, Randy? Who are you talking about? Is Malcolm in? I think, Justin. Pending.
I don't know. We haven't talked to him yet today.
No.
And then they also still haven't met with Durkin yet, as of an hour and a half ago.
Correct.
So,
but bottom line is, I told you and everybody else, I think these guys want to win here. They know they can, but they haven't been able to get it done. They don't necessarily want to jump in the portal and go somewhere else. They built a bond. Like, crazy or not, they have stayed together through all this. There's been no animosity in the locker room. You and I are around it all the time. I mean, do you see that? Do you see anything like that?
This whole thing is just
ceiling is Deuce. Yeah, I would definitely feel that way too about Deuce from a quarterback situation. You definitely want to keep your quarterback, and he is the future. So you and I actually talked about that walking back last night. The way they did, Ashton Daniels was given the ability to keep his red shirt, whether he stays at Auburn or not. But who are you picking? I know who we're picking for the future of Auburn. It's Deuce Knight.
And that's exactly what we were talking about last night in the sense of
oh yeah, that's a good question, Randy. I don't know. It depends on what they let him do. I think you can you can work a deal out. I'm sorry, Faith, go ahead.
No, you're good. But I was just saying that's exactly what we talked about on our way back from the game of who is the future of Auburn when it comes to not only coaches but quarterbacks. And again, Ashton Daniels, he did great last night. He had a good game.
Well, I've got something to throw at you.
Okay.
You remember what they did to Florida State when their quarterback went down and they were trying to determine who got in the playoffs or not with Norville? And they didn't let them in because, it changed.
And then,
Hey, what if Lane Kiffin and the staff are gone to LSU? Should they let Ole Miss play in this playoff? Should Ole Miss be allowed to play if their head coach and their entire staff is gone? Now, I'm for the kids. The kids won the games on the field. But if you want to split hairs and you want to say, hey, well, Florida State not the same team without their quarterback, and that we're going to make even though they had an unbelievable record, how is that going to go down? You think Ole Miss people turn on somebody? They'll go destroy the Grove. May be burnt down if they have finally made it to football supremacy and their guy, underbite and all, leaves and goes to LSU with most of the coaches with a skeleton staff. Do you really think that could be a possibility that the committee goes, hey, man, not the same team anymore. Same players. Ain't got the same coaches. Interesting, man. What do you think, Faith? I just thought I'd throw that at you because I don't think anybody's really thought of that.
Well, I haven't thought about it either.
I don't know why. I just had I'm thinking.
I don't know where you just got that from or when you just thought about that, but.
Boy, they are. Has there ever been a more depressed double-digit win team? Have you checked on Reese? Is he okay? I love Reese. I know he in that conversation in the car with us that night, and he's like, "I ain't no way he's leaving. He's no way he's leaving." I'm like,
I know.
I said, I hollered across that. I said, Reese, I hate to tell you, man, he's gone, dude. There was never a chance that I thought he was staying at Ole Miss. And it kind of cemented it last Friday when they went, oh, by the way, we're going to wait till after the Egg Bowl to announce the future. Why? Why would you wait if you're staying? And see, Florida thought, oh, we're big bad Florida down here. We're going to get him. And LSU said, hold my beer. We're Cajuns. We're going to get, since we're talking about ancestry and demographics and stuff, the Cajuns won out in the Lane Kiffin host sweepstakes. He literally took the highest offer.
I think this is I'll give a quick text and see how
checking on the well-being of something
yours truly is doing.
Yep.
All
Gate said mark it down. He's gonna give me credit, Faith. I was the first with that question.
Oh, don't worry. Somebody's going to go right ahead of you.
Yeah, somebody probably watched and they'll post it.
Well, yeah, Pete Golden hasn't gone with Lane because he's probably going to take
he's going to take the interim job. He's about the only one.
The interim job or the head coaching job, because who else is there to do after all this? Who else is there to go to?
Right. TJ
Tug said
right.
earlier that they have to go from within.
Tuberville should go back and lead Ole Miss the playoffs. I can tell you right now, he ain't going back over there. He said he went. I love Coach Tuberville to death. Y'all know my relationship with him, and he said, the only way I'll leave Ole Miss is in a pine box. Next week he was in Auburn, and he wasn't in a pine box.
Yeah, I think this is right. Ole Miss fans are going to be burning the ground down.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not kidding. Why are there so many Auburn fans wanted John Summerall complaining about Golesh? Think it's a similar hire. I mean, yeah, anybody complaining about either one of them, did you feel like they were just for sure had to have one over the other? I didn't. And I said this, and look, kudos to us. We gave a disclaimer. We said, we're not advocating for anybody in this. The only thing I said, and you can say what I said, the only thing I had in the mix is just don't hire Jimbo Fisher. I'm not advocating for anybody, but just please God, do not hire him.
Yeah.
And it would have been the most
Auburn.
If there's another way to have the most Auburn, we've had the most Auburn thing multiple times this year.
Dear God.
Dan Mullen to Ole Miss. Oh, gee.
There will be more than a protest at Ole Miss.
This shit keeps getting better.
There's going to be threats at Ole Miss if Dan Mullen goes to Ole Miss.
Yeah, Justin, you're right, man. Exhausting. Some people want to bitch about whatever. It doesn't matter. I tell this all the time. You could give people a gold bar and somebody go, well, mine's got a scratch on it. Still the same. But you just got to find something to be negative about, man. Y'all, like we try to say that on this show. Y'all be positive. Be a shining light. Some of you just have to complain about everything. If we'd have hired Kiffin, there'd been people on here bitching about it. I'm just saying.
All people do is complain.
Could have hired Ryan Day. Could have hired, and again, everybody was talking about name's gone out of my mind. Anyway, senior moment there. I said it. It didn't matter. Like some people are going to complain. It doesn't matter. Lincoln Riley's who I was trying to think of. Hey, what has Lincoln Riley ever won? Seriously, he didn't know how to play. He hasn't stopped anybody in a million years. I don't think he even knows that's a part of the game. He can score 800, but he's going to give up 804. So, I don't know, man. It's sometimes you got to have a happy place. And look, Auburn fans have had plenty to be upset about and dejected about. And it's like the show me state, how we said, can we please just finally turn the corner? We'll get behind whoever, but can we just see the results? Golesh is going to have to do the same thing. He's going to have to go out and prove that he can go win and win at a high level.
I have an update.
Got an update. Give it.
I have an update on the Rebel.
On the Rebel. Okay.
Don't want to talk about it.
That's not good. That's not good.
Womp womp. Whatever. I get a free trip.
Cold-hearted. We are all media experts. It ain't no doubt. Facts.
Live by the snake, die by the snake.
That's pretty good. Who said that?
Yours truly, the Rebel.
Oh, I was looking for the comment over here. He's admitting now. He has conformed to.
And that's the thing. The entire time, I even said that to him.
He's accepting.
I even said that to him. I said, y'all are going to get Kiffin.
But that would have been the only thing that would have made it worse if he would have come to Auburn. That would have been.
I'm glad I didn't make the bet of if Kiffin.
I told you not to. I said, don't say he's coming to Auburn. Just say he's leaving. Did I get part of that trip? Did I get a souvenir? What?
Oh, you can get a souvenir.
I mean, good God.
No, because
I'm a little tread over here.
I'm about to run this check up. That's what I'm going to do.
God. But he needs I'm gonna have to call him. Like, man,
He might say, "Can you wire me some money over?"
yeah, maybe so.
And you might say, "No."
Need some help. Keep DJ, Daryl said. Look, I got no problem with that. I like Coach Durkin. It needs to be Golesh's decision. It doesn't need to be somebody telling him. Yep, TJ said if it was Kenny Dillingham, Auburn fans like, oh, he lost in the playoffs last year. If it was Ryan Day, oh well, can he win in the SEC? It's not. It's exactly the truth.
Actually, wait, can we talk about this really quick?
Lori does agree with me about Lincoln Riley, by the way.
Okay, well, let's talk about something real quick.
You do it.
Friday night,
Yep.
Lane Kiffin reposted a tweet about how Oxford is his home. Okay. And this is the tweet exactly. Should be noted, Ole Miss was the last place they coached together. I think it means more than people think. Monte walked the halls and sat in his office. It's home. He retweeted that on Friday night. I get a text. I'm not kidding. I can't wait to go to Nashville and not pay for anything. I can't wait for him to stay. We made a bet. You have to live up to it.
You said that?
No, he said that.
He said that.
And so now, and that's the thing. That's where it's you live by the snake, you die by the snake.
You got receipts. Like Dion said, Dion don't want to keep receipts no more. Dion needs to wad that shit up and throw it away. Like, where's he been? Like, where are the gold sunglasses and all the – like, when Shador left, he might as well have left too. And you want to talk about a dump. Colorado, like, look, he brought a little notoriety and flamboyance and stuff over there. But when he walks out the door, who in the hell wants that job? Yeah, it was kind of hands, then chest, then up in the air. Like, it was a missile, Keith. And I said it yesterday. Now, he should have catch the freaking ball. Again, back to excuses. Oh, well, it was too hard, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, I think he was actually born in Russia and then came over. Yes, I think he was born in Moscow. But, I mean, yeah, let's see. I'm from Oklahoma. Whoa, you all right?
Sorry, I just almost fell off my chair.
We hate Lincoln Riley. I mean, guy couldn't stop anything. Justin said, an agent sums up the situation in Oxford. Only Lane Kiffin would burn a bridge while standing on it. Came to New York when he was 6. Colorado's a beautiful campus. Hey, we got on a transit with somebody coming back. When Georgia Tech went out there and played Colorado, the 820 times that we were in the Atlanta airport.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, were y'all in? I can't remember where we coming back from, Oklahoma or
probably Texas.
Well, yeah. By the way, we didn't have to fight that crap that I sent for Thanksgiving. The line just to get into, like, that had to have stretched over 3 counties because that airport is the biggest airport on the planet. You can drive 65 for 30 minutes and not be out of the perimeter of DFW.
Don't remind me.
The most unbelievable. There is no way Ashton was throwing the ball harder than Deuce was last weekend. No, exactly. Deuce was, look, catch the ball. Chris said from the KGB to the SEC. I said that at lunch a minute ago. It'd be the most Auburn thing in the world. To hire a spy. Do Auburn students light up like the Colorado kids? No. Not in the stands anyway. Right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
Tubb said it's a touch thing. Ashton doesn't have to. Half of those drops were on Ashton. 100%. Randy going to make.
I need to go back and watch it, not through a little lens.
Yeah, you get to watch it through a squinty.
I know.
But you capture so many good pictures. It's good. It's good stuff.
And I'll upload them later. Actually, okay, Lane Kiffin's daughter did come up on my TikTok this morning. And
Or hotty toddy. This is just going to get worse and worse. My Russian War Eagle shirts. Oh yeah, I saw that, Justin. It's pretty cool, by the way. That is a pretty cool T-shirt design. Text that back. Text that to me in Faith real quick, please, if you don't mind. Where the armpit of the SEC folks have the right to complain. Look, I just said that, Tubbs. I said, look, Auburn fans have had plenty to be in the dumps about and have no reason to have any hope, and somebody's got to prove it. Somebody has. Derek said Paul Feinbaum loves Golesh hire for whatever that's worth to people.
if Lane Kiffin's going to LSU for Whit Weeks, he better not be throwing up.
Oh God!
While Lane Kiffin's is a coach.
It was just destined. It was all in the family, right? It was just meant to be. He's like, hold on, son. I'll be there in a year. It's all good.
Don't you worry. I'm coming for you.
We're just gonna make all this right in the family. His daughter she has a lot of influence on him, doesn't she?
I'd like to say most daughters do.
Ole Miss is requiring players to turn in their phones heading into team meetings. Team meeting source just told.
Does that say War Eagle?
Looks like Alex Golesh has just landed in Auburn. Video, like 50 seconds video coming out right now. There it is. He is. I don't know if we got video. Is that live or is that going to be? Well, they're backing the plane into the hangar. So. But anyway, trying to give you some updates out here, everybody. It didn't take long for Alex Golesh to change his Twitter, did it?
Oh my gosh, someone's excited.
Good.
I like it. I really like it. Does Auburn make it to the college football playoffs next year? Here's the thing.
I don't mean this bad, but somebody just said, will Alex play gospel music at practice every day?
Is his goal going to be making it to a bowl game?
You know, I love that somebody's coming in with some excitement. They see the potential and just what Jason just said. I'm glad to have someone that's excited.
Yeah.
Tucker said I'm showing a house on the lake Tuesday. He joined the other 18 Auburn coaches that have a house on Lake Martin. Yes, we do have a hell of a schedule next year, Billy. Knew that was coming. Everybody's, though, is going to be tough. With the way this new 9-game SEC schedule thing, that it's going to be tough. You just gotta tighten your chin strap and tie your shoelaces tighter and go play football.
Wow, Justin just sent us something that's very interesting.
Okay. Wow.
And if you keep reading down on that thread, there's even more.
I will definitely read more on that. Appreciate that, Justin. Did he send the T-shirt? Yeah, he did. He sent the T-shirt design.
Does that say War Eagle?
Yes. In Russian. Boy.
Ooh, is he going to have an accent?
Oh, this is like, if you know anything about Rocky movies, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, is that there's going to be some quarterback development again. And I see Deuce Knight having some of those qualities. So I really hope that with that and the receivers and the fact that, This guy was a tight end coach. Auburn might actually have a chance with an offense.
Right. Hey, well, since we got a billion people watching, I do want to shout out because this is this is not like this is a jump on because we wanted to discuss, but thanks to our sponsors out there, especially Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Hey, we even have Bammers going to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, don't we, Faith? That's how we've talked about it so much. We got guys on the other side of the state going, we're going to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Hey, we had a lot of Alabama fans last night, very complimentary, by the way. We appreciate it. They came on. Now, some wanted to act like turds, but, you're going to have that with anybody. But there were several that were really nice, and we appreciate that. But we appreciate Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, the Outlive Burger, created by Bruce Pearl. You and I had one of those the other day. Outstanding. Go check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Scout Program Management, Sensa Green. The Cart Source, Russell Medical Center. What just happened in there?
I don't know. It sounded like somebody might have fallen down the stairs, but that's not my problem.
No, it's not. Oliver Ross, we appreciate all of them so very much. And Bunkers, man. Great people. All of our partners, we appreciate y'all so very much. Yeah, Kenan said, got to support the new hire, guys. Who knows? He could actually make a difference. And it could be this time. I mean, how many did Alabama go through before Nick Saban was hired? I'm not saying, please do not go out and quote me saying that this, but.
Somebody quote Brett.
Somebody what?
I want somebody to quote you.
Yeah, go ahead. Brett said Alex Golesh, the next Nick Saban. So do not say that. I didn't say that. It's just being funny. But you do. You never know. Auburn obviously has struck out the last couple of times. Maybe the third time's a charm. Because Brian Harsin and Hugh Freeze were, as somebody we know looked at me during one of the games and went, so Faith is happy.
I am happy.
He is happy, Randall. Another trash hire, Jay. Come on,
okay.
man.
Move on.
Yeah. Now pay Cam Coleman $5 million to stay. He's shopping the portal. Everybody's shopping the portal, Matt. That's what everybody's doing. Blind squirrel. I was cheering for Auburn as if Georgia's chances of winning championship game hinged upon the Tigers being victorious in the Iron Bowl. As a dog, allegedly, I'm spooked by our 1-10 record recently by Bama. Hey, I don't know who to pull for in that. I ain't pulling for anybody. How about that?
I hope both of those teams just burn on the field. I don't like either one of them. I hope that place.
The hate runs deep over here for sure. Kenan, it's like, did we read that stat, by the way? We never got into the weeds of that, but let me pull that up for everybody. Very impressive, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just not going to watch the SEC championship. That's all.
Not going to do what?
I'm just not going to watch.
Why would you?
I don't know. I hate them both. So not going to watch. And the freaking elephant petted me last night. So I really hated that.
You need to fumigate that jacket. By the way, I think that jacket got more attention than anything in the stadium. That's a good thing. I'm not being funny. That it was on point. So much as that we were walking to the stadium and some woman decided to also pet you like you were a bear, which was just weird. So I just crazy.
Hey, we didn't see the bear in Saraland.
No, we didn't see the black bear running around. Let me get to this. I need to pull this back up. That's what I'm looking for. Just bear with me, everybody.
Michigan State plans to fire Jonathan Smith today. What is happening?
Who? I'm sorry?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. All right, here's some stats. Ladybug on my hat. Offense has consistently been among the nation's most productive and highest scoring, averaging more than 35 points a game, 450 yards per game during his time with South Florida. This year, South Florida's offense ranks number 2 nationally in total offense at 501.7 points, number 5 in scoring at 43. It's posted a 500-plus yards in 8 of its last 9 regular season games. South Florida has recorded the top 2 passing seasons in program history under Golesh and at the helm in 23 and 25, while quarterback Byron Brown became just the 12th 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher in FBS history. The Bulls rank in the top 25 of 20 national statistical categories, including 11 offensive, 7 defensive, and 2 special team statistics. There you go. There's you some stats. Again, he was at South Florida. He inherited a program that had won 4 games in 3 years. First year went 7-6. Second year went 7-6. Oh God, what?
Sorry, I just got sent something.
From the Rebel?
No,
Oh God.
I just sent it to you on Instagram.
Oh.
But the rebel thinks nothing is official yet. I think there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that no one knows about. Fixing to be a bombshell announcement.
Bombshell announcement.
Okay, pal.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Saw that happen last night. Man, that about sums it up. That's all. That about bums it up, I guess. Not sums it up, bums it up. All right, what happened to Tennessee this year? Hey, here's another thing. Vanderbilt, does anybody want to play them right now? I'm serious. Like, who's lining up to play them right now? So, yes, Chris, he has put 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, went through the Milton, Brock Purdy, and who was the other one I said? I've got so much stuff I'm going through here.
Brock Purdy, Hooker, and
You talking about Lane Kiffin
Milton.
again?
Huh?
You talking about Lane Kiffin, Hooker? Please be more specific when you're referring to that. People may confuse. Why is Faith blushing so much? All right, well, it's just a joke. It was a joke. It was an inside joke. Yeah, Joe Milton, the hooker, Hendon Hooker. 5-win season with 1 million viewers. Jabba. Okay, thank you. Small Time said, "You free should have coached Hooker." I was like, "What are you?" I know you think that's funny.
I was trying to read some of the other comments, and then I saw that Pavia should win the Heisman, and that kind of just like really did not make anything funny anymore.
I got you. In all fairness, he was a tight end coach for Purdy at Iowa State. He was a recruiting coordinator too. Get some credit there. Jeff said he can't stand him, but he deserves the Heisman. Is there some way Diego Pavia is going to win the Heisman Trophy? Not going to beat out Indiana's quarterback, is he? Or even Julian Sayin, right? Tell you who ain't going to win it, Ty Simpson. Not that anybody on our team is either, but that ship sailed.
Jackson Arnold for Heisman.
Jeez. How will Vandy do post Pavia? Hey, they've extended They've extended. That was another thing. That was a name I left off. Clark Lee was in the mix. That name got brought up. We talked about it. So, in fairness, Durkin, Dillingham, Summerall, Golesh, Clark Lee, James Franklin was in there, was interviewed a couple of times, I think. Didn't end up not being the guy that John Cohen wanted. So there's that. Just an update on standings. How are you going to navigate all this? Obviously, Alabama and Georgia play in the SEC championship game. If Alabama were to lose that game, that gives them 3 losses. Then you got Georgia that would be at 12-1, Ole Miss 11-1, Texas A&M 11-1, Oklahoma and Vanderbilt both 10-2. Does Alabama get in at 10-3 over all those other teams if they were to lose the SEC championship? And it goes back to talking about, does the SEC championship game really even matter anymore? It does more harm than good. I know a lot of Alabama fans, well, we made the SEC championship be counted against you. But it is. I mean, people are going to say, well, if you lose the game, you got 3 losses. And that's just the reality. Like, I'm with you. I don't think the SEC championship game means anything anymore because of the structure of the playoffs. It can only hurt you. Ask Georgia last year. Carson Beck got hurt in the game. And so it definitely affected them. But look at those records, Faith. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, 10-2, both feel like they're going to get in. All of those teams aren't getting in. They're not all going to get in. Because if that were
it's going to be another bunch of people just.
That's 6 teams of the 12. They're not going to do that.
It's going to be a lot of people just complaining and complaining and complaining like all we've seen.
Everybody's saying if they lose, they should be out. Again, if they'd have lost last night, it would, better get in over Bama. I mean, yeah, if you're looking at head-to-head and stuff, but then, Alabama's going, we beat Vanderbilt. So, all this is going to cross over. And then Texas is sitting down there, Sarkisian, who has no argument, but somehow worked his way into complaining yesterday and saying, oh, well, we scheduled Ohio State and, we went out on the limb and we went 9-3 this year and 6-2. Just be quiet. You went 9-3, and everybody that goes 9-3 from now on, including Auburn, if we ever go 9-3, we're going to be sitting there trying to plead a case to get in. And you're not when you got 6 teams with double-digit wins ahead of you. It ain't going to happen. So everybody's complaining, and you want your team to get in, but you know what? We all said this before. You can control your own destiny, win the games. So how do you choose between Texas A&M could have just been a surefire bet. They could have been the only undefeated team if they'd have took care of business against Texas. They weren't able to do it. So Georgia beat Ole Miss. Alabama beat Georgia. Alabama's lost twice now. So all these teams, everybody beats everybody up. How are you gonna pick who's going? Kenan said if we go 9-3 next year, and if I'm right, give me a bottle of Blanton's. Quit looking at my Blanton's back here, Kenan. I'm going to hide that a little bit. Quit looking at all my stuff back there. So, yep, all that's on the table. I don't know. It's the new way of the playoffs, and so we'll see how it all kind of plays out. All right, it's been fun. We've been on here almost an hour and a half, so we can just keep going. There's so much going on. Hey, Faith, tell everybody what we're doing tomorrow.
We'll be going to the press conference. So.
Yep. I'll take you fishing, Keenan. Yep. I'll do that for sure. If I can ever go again. Which I don't get to do that. Press conference at 12. Auburn fans are welcome to go down and see Coach Golesh as he comes in, the Tiger Wall.
11:45.
Yep.
He'll be walking with his fam.
So there you go.
Get there at 11, I think, is when you should get there at. And then they're going to have everything after.
Yep. Yep. So we'll do that. And then appreciate you, Derek. We appreciate it. Faith and I We're gonna be here for everything.
Yep.
We'll get some video of that Tiger Walk too, and get that out there. Appreciate all of you, like Jason tuning in from speaking of foreign countries, tuned in from Warsaw, Poland to watch this today. We appreciate you, Jason, so much. All right, Faith, send us out. We'll see everybody tomorrow. We'll have a podcast in the morning, by the way. So we'll be back on at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll head over to the press conference and all that good stuff. Send us out.
Yep. I hope everybody has the best day ever. Best rest of your weekend.
Absolutely. And we will see you tomorrow morning for more of the Auburn Blitz.